Back with another video, June 26th while it's closed. So let's jump into the video. So, well, we gotta talk about it because for years, for almost a decade now, there's a lot of clowns that have been running with this narrative with Batman versus Superman. And then you have James Gunn, his fans will come to my channel and say, harsh critic, Batman versus Superman dropped 80% in the second weekend. It was supposed to do $1 billion. Especially having Batman and Superman in it. Try to give all these disrespects to Zack, saying that's why he's a washed up director. And we have to talk about this because this is the narrative that John Campea is rolling with, Grace Randolph, you know, the typical shills. And we all know that's not the case. We know what happened. We know that the studio chopped up Zack's film and put out a shitty theatrical release. And I told you this, I didn't like the theatrical version. I thought that was a shitty version. I only seen it once because the story just didn't make any sense. That there was missing plot points. It just didn't make sense. That theatrical cut, I would say, the decision by WB to cut that 30 minutes ruined everything. Because hadn't it released the full version, people would have went back for more viewings. And to prove that, you know, you had a lot of people apologize to Zack. See, and this is the stuff that you guys is just glancing over, because there was like, when the Ultimate Edition was released, the internet apologized to Zack Snyder because they like, damn, this is the better version. You had like articles like this. You can find this like on Twitter. You can still find these articles, but there was several people that criticized Zack, even the critics that reviewed the movie, saying, hey man, I'm sorry, this is the better version. And you can find all these tweets of people apologizing to Zack during that time. So we know why the theatrical version dropped 80%. If you put out a shitty movie, it's going to have a negative response. The theatrical cut, I never watched it again since 2016. I always watched the ultimate cut because it is the better version. You also had, as I remember, after, because I seen it opening weekend, it was like that Friday. And I remember as soon as I got out the theater, and everybody remember this, WB puts out the scene where him and with Lex and Steppenwolf was communicating in the ship. So I guess they was nervous because, you know, the tickets wasn't selling, or they seen people was being disinterested. But right after I came from the theater, I remember WB releasing that footage, which would have made the story better. But again, they should have just kept his full version, because I think the people that was apologizing, they would have went back for more viewings. And that's how we all know that's how movies make their money. You know, I believe that really put a damper into the momentum of the fandom, because everybody was calling Zack a trash director until we seen this. Because remember this, when he announced he was casting Ben Affleck, everybody seen Tyrone. I'm pretty sure everybody seen Tyrone Magnus' reaction to that. He was just like, this shit is crap. Ben Affleck? You know, and I was the same way. I think everybody felt the same way. It was like, what the fuck, Zack? You putting Ben Affleck as Batman? But Zack Snyder shut everybody's mouth once he put out this photo right here. You know it, I know it. Once he put out this photo, it was game over. Everybody was like, what? That's Ben Affleck? This photo right here shut up all the haters. Do it one photo. And that's what I appreciate about Zack Snyder, because he takes time and he photographs these characters in a way that's never been done before. Once he put out this photo, everybody's mouth was closed. You know it. I know it. The hype was there. And let's just go back to the original hype. Let's go back to that Comic-Con. I think I'm going to do another reaction to this. But let's just look at the hype when it was announced. The hype is real here. This when DC was peak. This when people was interested. And I don't see that with James Gunn. I don't see people getting hype, but these little minority mute fans that comes after me all the time saying his stuff is good. We need to bring this hype back, and I think Zach is the only one as of right now that can do it. Now there is a director somewhere being born or in his teens right now is the next Zack Snyder, next Steven Spielberg, but he's not mature yet. But I do believe a director is out there that can top Zack. But as of right now, there is no DC universe without Zack Snyder. I'm gonna just say that now. Whatever you Gunn fans may think of James Gunn, let's just face it, the hype isn't there. Like, can you name me 5 scenes that's a standout in James Gunn's Superman? Because in BvS, I can almost name 10. Especially this scene right here, the warehouse fight. Destroys everything that James Gunn has did with DC thus far. And that's a fucking shame. That this one scene destroys his Peacemaker series, his Creature Commando series, and this wimpy ass Superman movie. This one scene, in my opinion, destroys James Gunn. And this is why Zack is so loved by the fans, because he know how to bring these scenes out. He takes time, his team takes time to get it right. And when it's executed properly. I mean, this is just one scene. We're not talking about the scene where Superman walks in a courthouse, how masculine he looks, how that suit looks really good on him. We're not talking about the scene where Zack, when they're fighting Doomsday, Zack does that Dark Knight Returns shot with Batman doing the grappling hook and all that stuff. And the light flashing for a quick second. That's talent. That's what we need back in DC. And it's no Snyderverse, no money, you guys. Because if you support James Gunn crap, that's what he's going to give you. He's going to give you more orgies, more wimpy ass Superman. We need Zack Snyder back. And like I said, if we don't get Zack Snyder back, then we don't support DC ever. And to all you guys saying the Snyderverse is dead, it's not dead. It may not be in production right now as of yet, but it's not dead because people are still talking about it. People still want the Snyderverse finished. I'm not the only YouTuber saying this. There's other YouTubers that want Zack Snyder to finish his story arc, because Zack Snyder understands what the fans want. Does James Gunn really understand? Because he's giving you orgies, guys singing ding-a-lang. He's giving you a menial wimp Superman, a babyface Lex. That's what you're getting with James Gunn. You're not getting quality, premium quality, like you did with Zack Snyder. Even though his movie had a violent and bold take, Zack understood the assignment. And I will arguably say that, yeah, I don't think BvS is a good sequel to Man of Steel, but I would 100% say that BvS is a very damn good prequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it finished the story. I mean, Zack Snyder's Justice League is pretty much a sequel to BvS. It leads up and it just follows up everything from BvS. And it explains a lot of things, especially with the nightmare sequence. That's why Zack filmed that, because we see how Batman had the Joker card because the Joker gave it to him. But you guys didn't catch on to little stuff like that, because when Batman was in the nightmare sequence in BvS, he had the Joker card in his pocket or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, Zack Snyder overall, he shut the haters up, you guys. I mean, I can name at least 10 scenes out of BvS. I can name 10 scenes that's a standout in Man of Steel. I can name 10 scenes, hell, maybe 20 scenes in Zack Snyder's Justice League that stand out. Can you do that with James Gunn? Let's just be honest. Can you do that with James Gunn's Superman? Can you do that in his Creature Commandos? His Peacemaker? I mean, we all know the orgy scene stand out because it was just so disgusting. But what else material that James Gunn had in his universe to make you go, wow? The hype was there with Zack Snyder, and the hype is still there with Zack Snyder. And what do you guys think? Because I'm tired of people bringing up BvS dropping 80%. I just showed you, if those people would have seen the ultimate version, they probably would have went back for more showings and more viewings. But since WB decided to chop up his film, they didn't. So it was a shitty version, and it did need to drop because it was a shitty product. The same shitty product that James Gunn and Peter Safran is trying to force down your throat. But what do you guys think about this? What do you think about this controversy? And I'm definitely going to do some filming locations. I've been holding off on that. I'm going to try to do it before it get cold. Go downtown and I'll show you where Batman vs. Superman was filmed, because I seen it being filmed. I seen Ben Affleck and them on set acting and stuff like that. So that movie's kind of close to me. But like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, no Snyderverse, no money. Keep them fucking wallets closed. Peace.